Hi, we're live. We into Milestones. Someone said a kind of nasty comment the other day, and so we wanted to chat with you guys about that and tell you how we felt.
What else do
We are feeling, other than that, extremely grateful for lots and lots of stuff right now. A healthy, happy boy, though that one of you didn't necessarily think so. But Timmy, say hello. We are currently cooking dinner, so thought that we would take you along. I'm having this sad little burger right now. Timmy's making tuna, and I'm eating an artichoke. And we're excited for you guys to all be with us. Hi everyone, you're all starting to pop in. So anyways, we are talking about developmental milestones. It's hard when you become a parent not to constantly compare yourself to what other parents are doing or to what your kids are doing and how far behind or far ahead they are. So to share with you kind of like how we feel about that, how we deal with it. I guess the first thing that I would say is, which is easier said than done, but is to really try not to compare your kid to anybody else's. Like, it's just almost impossible. Everybody's starting with like completely different genes, obviously different parents who have completely different styles. So it just doesn't really make sense. Like, people have said girls develop faster, so they have more language. So obviously the sexes like shouldn't be compared, but I just don't think it does any of us a service to compare our kids to other kids, because we then are just so hard on ourselves, and I think we second guess what we feel comfortable doing as parents, and then we're not like living our true selves, and our kids aren't really getting like what they need to be getting, which is just like the real us. They're getting like this forced version of us that does something because someone else did something, even though they have a different kid. Like, you know your kid best, so you have to parent your kid the way that you feel most comfortable with. That's how I feel. The comment that someone made the other day on our YouTube video was about Sonny's neurological issues. She said that he waves his hands and spins his arms in his own world, and she felt like he had
eye contact.
Yes, and didn't make eye contact, and she felt like he had some issues. And obviously I wrote back. Some of you guys may have seen that, but it felt very unprofessional for someone who, as a quote medical professional, it felt very unprofessional for someone in her field to be blasting me publicly about that.
Wow.
Also without the information and one-on-one interaction in person with Sonny to actually distinguish that. Like, she had none of that.
I mean, I wouldn't say she wasn't like blasting. She like came from like a really like concerned place, but we just felt maybe she shouldn't have been diagnosing Sonny off of so little information.
Yeah. Obviously when we
Can you see my nipples?
film, can you guys see Timmy's nipples? You know, we show little shots of Sonny here and there, little B-roll moments of him doing cute things or showing certain behaviors or traits that like are not so cute, but just because we're trying to highlight who he is as a person, which is both good and bad. And she took those little moments,
yeah,
and came to these conclusions, which just felt like an unfair, dangerous thing for her to do.
Terrible. Tell us how it made us. I mean, you know, I'm sure we're. Here, let's put it up here. I'm sure we're similar to you guys in that, like, you all think your kid is the best, most amazing of all time, and then someone tells you, like, they're praying for you and you need to go get them checked out, like, and they say they're a medical professional, like, we're freaking out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even though, like, I like I think Sonny's gonna be the president. So like I knew she was wrong, but I couldn't help but worry until we got news from Ziva, who the first thing she said was like, you take him to the pediatrician, right? Like our pediatrician's never said anything, and
Yeah.
he seems great to me, and so we felt better after that.
Yes. I mean, it worried us enough. Maybe worry isn't the right word, but we felt like we had to talk to Ziba, and so we immediately contacted her and said, you know, if there was something actually wrong with Sonny, you would tell us, right? I mean, knowing the answer, but she was like, yes, of course. I've never seen anything remotely close to that. And like Timmy said, if there was something actually wrong with him, your doctor would have told you. You've seen your doctor, like, obviously when he was born, at 6 months, at a year, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I just think it's a lesson to all of us to really take everything that the people following us who are strangers say with a grain of salt. The other day, especially, actually, a lot of you guys told me that I had like an enlarged thyroid in my neck, and granted, I didn't take it the same way because I felt like that was out of concern, like real concern.
People were like,
from
your
guys.
thyroid looks big. Go get it checked out.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, you know, some weird subjective thing. Like the way you're walking makes it look like you have an enlarged thyroid.
Right.
You need to go get it checked out.
That's true. Yeah. I just think it's
That
like
was good of them.
that's true. It was good, but
On the
I just
green.
think it's a slippery slope to make assumptions when you do not live in somebody's house or are not an expert in the field and actually like have a consultation with that person and watch that person. So anyways,
Wait, I had something to say.
yes.
It's funny about Milestones because, like, you know, your doctor probably does. Milestones do exist for a reason. I'm sure your doctor is looking for kids to develop at a certain rate, and if they don't, that could be signs of other problems. So it's kind of two separate things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, we aren't too concerned with if Sonny is ahead or behind in his language, but he has some words, so we feel good about that. I don't know. I'm just saying it's kind of double-sided. Maybe some milestones you do want to keep an eye on, but you know, you don't want to nitpick if some kid is standing 3 weeks before your kid does.
Totally.
Or something like that.
I just think as long as you're going to your doctor regularly and getting things checked, that you should be okay. But like Timmy said, there's certain milestones that may be important, but your doctor knows what those are and they should be informing you of that. Anyways, I wanted to ask if you guys had any questions about milestones. Not that I would necessarily know the answer, but I feel like with the little bit of experience that I have and learning from all you guys, maybe we can just have an open discussion about them. Yeah, anybody have any questions? Okay. So, Whitney, did you experience from Davina any postpartum hair loss? If you did, how long did it last for? So yes, I did, and it still kind of comes out. I mean, Timmy is constantly cleaning my hair out of the drain, like every day. So yes, but it wasn't so extreme, honestly. It was just like little by little as the time has gone by. I don't know that there's really anything we can do about it, but don't take my word on that. You probably want to talk to your OBGYN about what to do. Okay. Princess Leia says, when will Sonny get a sibling? That is TBD. We still don't even have the answer to that. So when we do, we will certainly let you know. So when is Sonny starting school? Funny you ask. Sonny is actually starting a Parent and Me class on Saturday at a Montessori school that we would love him to go to for nursery school. But right now, since he's only a year and a half, this is a developmental thing. Maybe you guys have a different opinion or do it a different way, but like this is what we think is the most suitable for him at this time, this once a week class. But I think once he's like 2 or 2.5, he'll actually start going to school on a regular basis. So Holly says, they seem to change so quickly month by month within the first year. Does it slow down after a year? Time flies so fast. Yes, it does. Right now, I feel like everything is slowing down much, much, much more. Probably why you aren't seeing as many of the I Love My Baby Butts where I'm like in tears and not knowing what to do, just because like we kind of have Sonny a little bit more figured out. He's on a schedule that I think is likely going to be his schedule for another year or two. So yes, things have definitely calmed down and they do slow down, and just remember that everything is always a phase. Okay, my son is 15 months and isn't really talking yet. He babbles some, but not really talking. Any tips? I read a lot to him and constantly talk to him.
I remember Ziva was like, talk to him, even if he's babbling, like if he's babbling, repeat what he's saying back to him so he or she can kind of learn what a conversation is like.
Annie, who is Sonny's stylist, she always looks so fly.
When did Sonny drop his second? Wait, before we get into more questions, maybe we should just tell them if we can remember like what Sonny's milestones were. Not to like compare or anything like that, but would you guys like to hear like when he did what? Or who cares?
I don't even know if I can remember anymore.
Let's quiz each other, and whoever wins the game has to do the dishes.
Okay. When did he drop his first nap?
Sonny,
When did he drop his second nap?
Sonny went from 2 naps to 1 nap at the age. Do you know the answer for sure? Because this will have to be.
Loosely.
It'll be honor system
Yeah.
if I get it right.
Yeah.
Sonny dropped. He's 18 months now. He dropped his second nap at 15 months.
No. Like a month ago.
Okay, 1 point for you.
Okay.
All right. Let me ask you a question now that I know the answer to.
Okay.
When did Sonny take his first steps?
I think Sonny took his first steps around 16 months.
I think
No, not 16. I meant to say 13.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you got it wrong. So it's 1
No,
age.
that's not. No. I
Okay,
didn't
let's
mean
see-
to say
let's see
16.
what we think. Did she get the
I meant to
point?
say 13.
But
That's
she didn't.
When Sonny
But she
started
didn't,
walking.
and she saw my face and then changed her answer.
No.
So
I knew
what?
it.
No,
I
what?
just
Did you
counted wrong in my head.
Right, but did you see my face and then you were like,
Oh,
you look
Sonny's
Sonny
crying.
up,
We need to
sorry.
be quiet.
Just real quick, the next person to say, does she get the point or not? The next person to comment gets to decide. Ha ha ha, lol doesn't count. Just someone say yes or no. Points
Point
for
for
Whit.
Whit.
Annie, thank you. Annie said no, and you were right. But a lot of people say yes. So it's 2-0 Whitney.
Okay, Sonny's crying, so we have to be quieter. If you guys just checked in, we're currently
Talking
asking
about
each other
milestones.
about Sonny's milestones and quizzing each other while Timmy's cooking dinner, and now Sonny's crying. Elizabeth wants to know,
No, what, you gotta finish the game.
Oh, but let's make their questions into a quiz.
But I don't know that if we know the answers.
What month did we start to sleep train Sonny? How old was he?
Trick question. We did it by weight. We started sleep training Sonny when he was 25 pounds.
Are you insane?
What?
Sonny weighs about 25 pounds now. We sleep trained him when he was 6 months and probably like 12 pounds.
12 to 25 pounds.
No.
All right, you win the game. I'll do the dishes.
Why
Just so
is
you guys
Sonny
know.
crying? Sorry, we're just distracted because Sonny's crying and he never cries when we put him down to sleep.
Well,
Maybe we're being too loud.
no, but like, also, this is part of sleep training. Someone asked, like, he just cried maybe 6 times, and I think he's back to sleep. Like,
Yeah.
we were gonna leave him as terrible as some people think that is.
I know. Honestly, Sonny was full term, by the way. He came on his birthday, but we sleep trained Sonny at 6 months, and we just did the cried out method. And by like the 3rd night, he was sleeping through the night.
All right. What other milestones were big to you?
When did he stop using formula?
Sonny stopped using formula. We've been using formula for a long time. We got all these things from Europe, and then we had like 2 left over, and we were like, when this one runs out, we're gonna go to milk.
Mm-hmm.
So right when we ran out of the formula. When was it?
I think Sonny, I don't know for sure, but I think around 14 months.
You know, it just goes to show who cares, you know? Like,
Exactly. We forget all of it. People who are just having babies, like, ask me for advice about pumping and blah, 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 and I can't even remember anymore. That's how scary it is. Like, when I was in this, I thought it was never going to end. I was going to be breastfeeding and not sleeping forever and ever and ever, and it's not the truth.
that was the garbage disposal. I was trying to turn on the light.
Sonny
This is
loves
much
the
better.
outdoors, Wendy. We try to take him to the park every day.
I think we should do, people are going to hate me, but I think we should do questions from them maybe at the end so we stay on top. Like, it feels like a cohesive, thought out, best practices, YouTube style live event, which Alexandra told us about.
Okay.
Milestones.
When did Sonny say his first word?
Would you guys ever call them Skylestones?
Kyle Stones?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Just to switch it up, man. I don't know. All right. When did Sonny say his first words? 8 months? I'm not good with numbers.
He's smoking crack. I'm pretty sure he said his first words around like 10 months.
Okay, that's cool. Good for
I think
him.
he said like, whoa.
What was your most, like, what milestone were you waiting for the most?
For him to say words, I think.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, when did he start eating
Solid
purees
foods.
and not drinking just milk?
The first food Sonny ate was avocado.
Yeah.
We filmed it over there.
How old was he?
He was 5 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he's right. 4 to 6, around that time period.
All right. Should we take questions or maybe take a little break and show you guys what's for dinner?
Yeah, let Timmy show you what's for dinner. Bring it to the camera.
Bring it to the camera. Bring the food to the camera.
Yeah, so here's my burger. Okay.
You want to show?
You can go.
No, because
Annie, show me that sad burger.
I'm just confused because you said let Timmy do it. And then
Let Timmy
do you want to do it though?
No,
Do you
let
wanna
Timmy do it. No. Go.
Guys, so this is Whitney's hamburger. It's not sad. It's 85% lean, 15% fat. So it's going to taste good. Has garlic salt on it, and it's soaking in soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce. And it would be good if Whitney would let me cook it to medium rare, but I'm going to cook it until it's gray, and it's going to taste like a hockey puck.
Would you guys want to see a video on what I eat in a week or in a
we'll
day?
Find out. And then this...
Okay.
I'm just kidding. You guys can say it. This is what I like to call zucchini, and we're gonna put some salt and pepper. We're gonna do it like Benihana does it. Okay. Then you want to say something in between?
Someone said something.
Wait, this is gonna fall. Oh Lord.
Oh, my baby brain. No, I am still as forgetful as ever.
So we're
Thank
gonna
God for Annie.
Yeah, we're gonna do questions just in between, I guess. This is tuna, which I'm gonna eat. Also with whatever goes on the zucchini. Why don't you tell them about why I'm having zucchini and tuna for dinner?
Okay, so Timmy is currently on a little bit of a diet.
Challenge.
A challenge,
Contest.
more that I guess we like to call it, instead of, someone just said you're so bossy. Whitney,
I
is
know.
Timmy always so bossy?
You guys, I know everyone thinks I'm bossy, but we do this thing where we discuss what we're gonna do on this thing, and then she goes off script. I'm just
Because people want to engage.
I know, but most of them are gonna watch off live, which is, I mean, this makes me seem bad, but it's just like we literally just talked.
I know, but they're going to see all the questions too.
You know
All right.
what? Maybe this is just the way it goes.
I think this is just the way live goes. So anyways, Timmy decided that we've been working out a lot, but he hasn't really been seeing a difference in his body. So I said, honestly, I think it's more food. I think that if you really want to lose weight, you have to be focused on what you're eating and not mindlessly snacking, which is what Timmy always does. So he's currently just in like a protein, veggies, like portion control situation, which he's doing well with. It's not as strict as some of the past diets that you've been on.
No, I had a couple pretzels.
Anyways, I'm having a hamburger and an artichoke and zucchini.
All right, well, your thing artichoke will be ready in like 15 minutes.
Let's do Q&A. We have 10 minutes left.
I think, you're the boss, and what you say goes, and I think we should do that.
So let's do some Q&A. Beatrice, coconut milk, all the way, better than almond milk for me.
Christine C. wants to know, does Sonny use utensils?
Yes, we give him a fork and a spoon as much as possible. The Hills is starting this spring, you guys. So close. So close. Get ready. How do you prepare your artichokes? I steam them. Simply just steam them, but I eat them with mayonnaise.
While we're waiting questions, maybe we could ask all of you to please subscribe to the channel. We've been stuck on 79,000 people, and we want to get to 100,000. So please subscribe and tell your friends to subscribe. It means you don't have to pay for anything. You just get a notification when we upload videos. And I'm not trying to boss you around. And that's it.
Thank you, Wendy. Timmy's beard will stay forever if I have anything to say about it. We've been to Nashville once. I was just there last year.
I've never been to Nashville.
I love it. Organic raw kombucha is key. Love some kombucha.
No thumbs up.
Do you guys want to do some thumbs up and give us some likes? We'd really appreciate it. Sonny is actually still taking a sippy cup and a bottle. He has a bottle before his nap of the day and then before bedtime, but then he drinks out of a sippy cup the rest of his meals and everything. That was the answer for Bruiser Jen. All right.
You guys, we're gonna do a giveaway to try and get our subscribers up. What would you like as a prize?
Yeah. Also, Susie, our favorite TV show right now is probably Big Brother Celebrity Edition. It's pretty fun. It's a lot of TV for us. A lot.
Still no likes if anyone would just want to hit the like.
All right, Elizabeth Spain, Collegiate School, holla back.
What? I went to Collegiate, but Elizabeth, you cannot have.
Okay, what else?
You guys hit the thumbs up button. There's 0 thumbs up. It's so upsetting.
Any international trips coming? Come to Peru. We would love to come to Peru, but we're actually taking Cindy to Mexico in March for my birthday. How do we manage screen time with our son, from Mrs. Farrington? Good question. We're having a little bit of a
There is no thumb, Annie says. Oh.
issue with this. Sonny's been watching Sesame Street maybe like 1 to 2 episodes a day. Is that awful? Oh my God, don't judge me.
Oh yeah, what do you guys think about that?
But we are now trying to not be on our phones as much as possible around him. We made a new rule that when we start dinner and bath time and bedtime that we are not to be looking at our phones. So if any of you guys don't hear from us for an hour to 2 hours, that's why. We're trying to be present for Sonny.
Sorry for you guys who don't see a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Ours
bummer.
says 0, and some people are saying they don't know how to do it.
I just tried to give us a thumbs up.
But we appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. Okay, shows 56 thumbs up for me. Thank you, Nicole. We all watch too much as kids, so no judgment. Yeah, what do you guys think about the TV thing? I'd love to know, actually. Lauren, I'm a school psychologist and see parents all the time relying on devices. Yeah, I mean, I definitely rely on my device a lot, but like...
Wait, you mean like relying on devices
for kids.
Yeah.
Oh. We don't rely on the device for Sonny. I mean, we definitely got one of those Amazon, what are they called today? We got one of those Amazon Fire iPads that has all these parental controls. So when we travel, he can actually have something to watch on the plane. But other than that, the iPad isn't going to be like an all-day, everyday thing. Vivian, I feel like my son watches too much TV, but so do me and my husband, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we watch a lot too, so.
Yeah, I mean, again, Ziva, who we really trust, was like, don't use TV as a babysitter. Like, but if you guys are relaxing and you've had a full day and he's ran outside, like, watch some TV, you know? We're trying not to be too obsessive about it. Like, you know, what gets kind of scary is when you see how much Sonny loves it and you're like, oh my God, does this have like addictive qualities? Which I think it does. And that's kind of scary. But overall, we don't want to freak out too much.
What advice would I give to a 21-year-old from Brianna? Tell me specifically
This is
in what
Whitney's bread and
vein.
butter.
Like in what vein? You're like, are you looking for dating advice? You're looking for job advice? Like, give me a little bit more backstory. Can you do a video on top products for a 1-year-old? That's a really good idea. I will write that down. Thank
Andy.
you.
Hey guys, I'm back here.
Let's see. Mrs. Farrington says, so smart. We do the same with our kids. Very limited screen use in front of the kids. I'm a homeschool mama and only allow mine to use 30 minutes of an educational app several days a week. Yeah, I think that's totally fine.
Yeah, but like, I don't want to have like, well, I haven't even talked to you about this, but I don't really want to have like strict guidelines, like,
Yeah, no,
be counting the hours. I just kind of hope that Sonny learns, like, when something goes off, to not like freak out about it. And I feel like if we like manage the supply, that his demand will go way up for it,
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. Sometimes I think if you take something away from a kid too much, like what Timmy's saying, then they just want it more. And when you give it to them for those few moments, when you take it away, they go crazy because they have this unhealthy relationship with it. They don't know when they're getting it. So yes, it's just like everything, moderation. I think Brianna wanted job advice to get into the fashion industry. I would say wherever you are, get a job at a clothing store, or if there's a fashion line based where you are going to school, like get an internship working for them. And then when you're out of school, to try to move to LA or New York and actually work for a designer or a PR company or whatever it is in that industry you're trying to do. I would just constantly be like applying for things. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Fashion. I would just definitely continue learning everything that you can learn in school for fashion. Sorry, I just got distracted on that. I just started listening to Simplicity Parenting because no time to read, but it is so good. One of the authors is a Waldorf educator, I believe, similar to Montessori, which you probably know already. Thank you for the tip. Are you getting back at fashion designing? Possibly. You guys will be seeing something soon.
My son is going on 16 months and still not saying any words. Should I be worried? I mean, ask your pediatrician. Like, we don't know, but I did hear a story the other night at a birthday party. This kid didn't talk until he was 3, and they were like super worried and took him to a specialist. And like, I forget the end of the story, but he ended up talking in that meeting and like was like pulling a joke on everyone. I'm not saying that's happening to anyone else's kid, but then the guy's dad told him that he did the same thing until he was 3.
Yeah. Crazy. So you just never know. Just like a lot of you said, we all sort of catch up, most of us.
You guys want to see the zucchini go in?
Let's see here. Would you say The Hills is more real this time around? Yes. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I know what we filmed, and it is pretty real and pretty crazy. So, get excited.
Zucchini's in, guys.
Let
Pretty
me
excited.
see. How did you know you were ready to start trying for a baby? Honestly, I didn't really know. Like, I wasn't really ready when I found out I was pregnant. I mean, I knew we were trying, but like, I don't know that most people ever really fully feel ready. You just get ready when you get pregnant because you have no choice. But I think that like if you're in a really good relationship and you both, you know, sort of have your careers figured out and feel like you can support a baby both physically, emotionally, and financially, that you're in a decent place. All right, you guys, I think we're going to start signing off and getting our cooking going because I'm getting really starving. But I tattooed my fingers for my dad. It's a date for my dad. But leave the rest of your questions in the comment section of the video. Definitely subscribe so that you know when we upload new videos. We're doing a lot of new fun stuff soon. Makeup tutorial, skincare tutorial, what I wear most in my closet, packing for New York, so much stuff. Peace out. Love you guys so much. Annie.